Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. If you are new here, girl, what's up? Why don't you hit that subscribe button? I'll wait. You hit it? Okay, good. My name is Dakota, and here on this channel I do a ton of content, included but not limited to story times. I'm basically a story time channel, but in between that I like to do some lifestyle, some true crime, some advice content, and that is going to be today's video. Today's video is going to be an Ask Dakota, where essentially it's what it sounds like. I have my subscribers send me in some emails inquiring on some advice that they are looking for. It could be about anything. It could be about relationships, family, drama, chisme, whatever you want it to be. I'll link my email down below. You can DM me if you want, but I prefer if you email because my DMs get flooded. Email is a bit better for me to keep track of everything that's going on. So if you want to be in the next Ask Dakota submission, just go ahead and submit your email to this email right here, and we can go ahead and get your advice going, girl. The video was supposed to go up yesterday, but my anxiety has been really bad lately. It has to be this new moon in Capricorn because shit is just going crazy. But I do want to mention a product that has been really helped me lately with my anxiety, but also just with keeping myself, you know, accountable for my self-care and healthy and things like that. Mentioning on my story about a week ago that I've been really trying to get into a good vitamin routine. What I do is I usually take a bunch of my vitamins, I'll put them in like this little baggie. That way every day I just go into the drawer, take it out, and be held accountable and make sure that I'm taking my vitamins. I'm really bad at taking pills, but I did want to mention a product that has been kind of helping me be more accountable because everything is in this pill. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand having to take like 16 pills to just get me, you know, all the vitamins I need, like vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin A, all things like that. I'd rather just take a couple that already have everything jam-packed into it, which leads me to today's product. Today I want to talk to you guys really quick about a company that is near and dear to my heart, and that is Memorable. This is their brain energy supplement. It has all the vitamins, okay? All the things in here. So what this pill does is it boosts cognitive brain function. It's really good for like focus and clarity, just to keep yourself sharp and going throughout the day. I have a daughter. I'm also running a business on top of it too, and my days can just look pretty hectic, and so I wake up in the morning and sometimes I'm super groggy. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to like be a mom. Like I don't want to make breakfast and do all the things, and this really helps me improve my memory and my mood. If you have a million and one things going on throughout the day and you have a mom brain like me, or CRS, which is can't remember, okay, this is really good for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about the product. There's a ton of vitamins in it, included but not limited to vitamin A, C, D, E, B1, B2, B3, and B6. There's also folic acid, biotin, calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc. Really good for your immune system as well. There's just a whole bunch of things in here that are really good for your memory and your focus and your clarity, and really good to just kind of get you in that brain function state where if you need to get shit done, this is the pill that you're taking. And I notice when I do take this, I get so much done throughout the day. I have no problem having energy at the gym. I have no problem, you know, being a mom all throughout the day, making videos, uploading them, editing, making sure that I'm focusing on myself and my self-care and my rituals, my spiritual, mental, and physical health. I really feel like it just skyrockets when I take this. I notice that I'm not nearly as anxious. I'm not worried about a million and one things in my head. And also I've noticed that my brain fog has significantly gone down since I started to take this, and I really think that I was missing all of those B vitamins. I was taking a bunch of them, but I wasn't really focusing on the B and vitamin D vitamins, and those are so essential. Vitamin B12 as well is really good because it improves your energy, and you know, without like having to take, you know, coffee or like green tea or things like that. Vitamin B12 is really good for your energy levels. So I absolutely love this product. I am literally obsessed with it. I'll show you guys the pills so you can see, you know, for size reference. This is the size of one of the pills. It is really not that bad. It's not like a horse pill or anything. Essentially what you do, I like to take it in the morning. You take 2 with a glass of water and you go on about your day, and girl, that's it. You don't gotta worry about, oh, I have to take this handful of pills, I have to take that handful of pills. Memorable was actually kind enough to give me a 15% off discount code for all of my subscribers because they are serious about how well this product works. So if you guys go ahead and use code Dakota15, you can go ahead and order and get 15% off. Vitamins are so important. I wish in my early 20s that I learned a bit more about them because I feel like I'd be a lot more healthier, but ever since taking this, I can confidently say I feel way more healthier now. Now let's get into this Ask Dakota, shall we? Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button while you're at it. It is free. And turn on your post notifications by hitting the bell icon in the corner, because I've been hearing lately that YouTube's been playing me and not notifying you guys of when I upload a video. So rude, girl, make sure your post notifications are on. And guys, please make sure you're subscribed. I was actually looking at my analytics the other day, and there's a good like 30% of you who watch the videos consistently but aren't subscribed. And when I get to 10K, I'm doing a huge giveaway. So we need to get there, girl. Okay, let's go ahead and get into these emails. Let's see. Oh, this one is perfect. It's titled Girl Help with all caps. So girl, let's see what we're getting into. Okay, so this is gonna be super messy, but I could really use some advice from an outsider's point of view. When I was a senior in high school, I met a boy and fell for him instantly. That's your first mistake. I'm just kidding. I ended up losing my virginity to him after not even knowing him for a month, which I never in my life thought I would do. My feelings were incredibly strong. Over the next 2 years, we became best friends and remained intimate. My feelings grew stronger and stronger, but it seemed like he wasn't interested in anything more than being friends with benefits. Girl, I hate friends with benefits. I swear to God, it just never works. I tried having the conversation of possibly dating. He said he wasn't looking for a relationship. This made me think I should move on and find someone else, because him and I wanted different things. I know it's wrong to start seeing someone to help you get over someone else, but yes, that's what I did. I started talking to a different guy in attempts to move on from the first guy. We started dating shortly after. I opened up to my new boyfriend about this guy, who demanded that I block him and have absolutely no contact. I'm sure it was out of jealousy, but he insisted that I couldn't keep this person in my life. Being vulnerable, I listened to him and cut off all contact. Let me just, before I continue the rest of this, I'm just gonna say I don't blame him for asking you to cut contact with the guy, because obviously guys aren't stupid. He probably knew that you still had feelings for him. So in attempts to save, you know, y'all's relationship, he probably wanted you to cut him off. But I don't think it was jealousy. I more so think it was just like a preventative, you know? He probably really cared about you. Fast forward 2 years, and still every single day I'm thinking about this other guy. Oh, girl, I've been there before. Not my boyfriend. I missed him so much and would consistently ask my friends if they knew how he was doing. I made the decision to unblock him off all social medias 2 years later. At my friend's Halloween party, I went and liked a few of his pictures on Instagram for a year ago to get his attention. He ended up following me and sending me a DM. I then unblocked him on Snapchat and we started talking on there. We both said how much we miss each other and how we wish things didn't end the way they did. He asked me if I was single. I told him yes. That was a lie. So he asked if I wanted to hang out and catch up about what happened in our lives over the past 2 years. I ended up going to his house the same night. We spent 4 hours talking and catching up, and then we slept together. It felt like nothing had changed. Literally almost like the past 2 years had never happened. Everything felt right in my world in that moment. The next morning I woke up feeling incredibly guilty, yet so happy at the same time. I broke up with my boyfriend because of this guy. I'm actually single, and me and this guy are hanging out every single day. We're intimate all over again. My feelings for him are back and stronger than ever. This is my best friend. I'm completely in love with him. Oh, girl, you got it bad. I feel like nobody will ever know me the way he does. At the same time, we act like a couple. Everybody who sees us together thinks we're dating. We have a bank account and credit card together. I'm gonna yell at you for that later. We have a bank account and credit card together, as well as all of our split bills. Were you guys living together? I bought him a kitten for his birthday. I helped him out with the cat food, litter, etc. After a few months of being just friends and catching up, I asked him again about dating. He said he's not ready. He says he doesn't want to lose me, but he doesn't want to date. He told me he loves me many, many times, which makes things even more confusing. I've never been so confused. I really don't think there's another girl involved, so it doesn't make sense as to why he wouldn't want to make it official. Please help. I need advice because I don't know what to do. So girl, let me just first start out by saying that we've all been here before. We've all been in this incident before. This has literally happened to everybody, where it's like you're with somebody and you want to be with them so bad, but they don't see it happening, and so you kind of stay as like that friends with benefits limbo. But it's like you end up like, you basically probably like have more feelings for him than he has for you, so you're the one that's actually getting screwed over in the end. We've all been there for, so I'm sending you compassion and empathy, because at the end of the day, I can't say I haven't done it before. I definitely have. And what happens with these situations is we think that we can change a man, and you can't. All right, K. Michelle told y'all we can't change a man. If he wanted to, he would. Okay, plain and simple. If he wanted to, he would. When a guy says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, it just means that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. And I'm sorry to say that. I know it sounds harsh, but I have to be like your big sister here and tell you the truth. Because girl, it's happened to me before. I've had guys that I've been with that have been like, no, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And then we break up or we go on a break, and they meet a girl a couple weeks later and they're booed up, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Like, there's nothing wrong. It's just this guy doesn't have self-awareness, okay? When a guy knows that he does not, a man, I'm sorry, not a boy, a man. When a man knows that he does not want to be with a girl, he's not going to waste her time, okay? if he is a good guy and he knows that you're a good girl, he's gonna let you go to hopefully have you find somebody else that actually cares about you and can be fully 100% invested into you. But he's obviously a little boy. He wants to have his cake. He wants to eat it too. And the thing is that in a way you're kind of enabling this because you're staying. Because, you know, he's having the whole white picket fence without giving the ring, essentially, right? So you guys have a bank account together. You bought him a kit and you're helping him provide for that kit, and you guys have a credit card together. He's getting the benefit package of a girlfriend, but in all actuality, he's on the trial mode. Now he's stuck on trial mode with you. And what I mean by that is it's like Hulu, okay? When you are on the 30-day trial period for Hulu and then your credit card's about to get charged, and you're like, oh, I have to go make another email, that way I can keep on the trial period, right? That way he doesn't have to pay for premium. He is every single month making a new email so that way he stays in the trial mode and doesn't have to upgrade for the premium. That's what he's doing right now with you. I mean, think about it. He hasn't made. You guys have a bank account together. I'm assuming you live together. If not, you visit very so often. You're probably intimate with him a lot. You probably even cook for him. Maybe y'all go out on dates, but he can do what he wants at the end of the day because that's how guys are. A lot of girls like to think that guys, just because you're giving them wife material or girlfriend package, that they're loyal to you. They're not. The reason why guys don't want to get in a relationship, because it sounds like you're an amazing girl, there's nothing wrong with you. The reason why they don't want to get in a relationship is because they still want to fuck around. They still want to do what they want to do. And the ever so often excuse is, well, babe, we weren't together. We weren't in a relationship. So technically I could do what I want. That's just the way that men are. And right now, it doesn't seem like he wants to upgrade to the premium. You're worth the premium, but he doesn't want to upgrade to that because he knows that he doesn't have to. He knows that he can get away with using a new email every single month because you're going to allow him. And I'm not saying that you're at fault here, but I am saying that you are being a bit of an enabler because you know what you want. You want a relationship. You love this guy. I mean, hello, like you broke up with your boyfriend for him. You went with him. Like you obviously are in love with this man, okay? But you know what you want and you can't get it from him. Let me ask you something. Is being in a relationship important to you? Is being exclusive with the person you love important to you? If the answer is yes, and this man is not providing that for you, then you have to go, because if he wanted to, he would. Men make things a priority that they want to make a priority. If it's not a priority, stacked on their priority list, they're not going to do it. It doesn't seem like he is making you a priority right now. It seems like right now he's putting you kind of off to the side, and he's like, this girl's always going to be there for me. This girl's always going to be here. So I don't have to make a commitment. I don't have to change what I'm doing, because she's shown me time and time again that if I stay doing what I'm doing, and what he is doing, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a manipulation tactic that's brilliant, actually. But it's actually not at the same time. He's a piece of shit. But this is what a ton of guys have done to me. They will feed you breadcrumbs, okay? They'll give you a breadcrumb here, a breadcrumb there, a breadcrumb here. And what it does is it allows you to stay fed but not full. So he's not feeding you, he's just keeping you satisfied, okay? He's keeping you fed, but he's not keeping you full. So that's why he's dropping the seed of like, I love you, or like, I don't want to be with anybody else, you're a great girl, but there's always a but, I don't want a relationship. That's what he's doing, is he's dropping little tiny breadcrumbs to keep you fed but not completely full, because he knows that that's going to keep you around. I've had so many guys do this to me, okay? I literally had this guy that I was absolutely in love with, like so in love with. He was amazing. Like, well, no, he wasn't amazing, but I loved him so much, and I wanted nothing more to be with him, but he wasn't ready. He didn't want to be in a relationship. And so I said to myself, I can change him. If I just dress better, or if I look better, or if I act better, or if I, you know, give him his space and I don't text him as much, you know, he'll see that I'm independent, I don't need him, and he'll find that attractive. Like, I was doing all these things to get a man to love me, or to get a man to want me, or a man to be in a relationship with me. And the only thing that can get a man to be in a relationship with you is a man who wants to be in a relationship. And it sounds like this guy doesn't want to. It sounds like he still wants to live out his life, go and do whatever he wants at his own time and his own leisure. And girl, you seem like you want a relationship. So I'm gonna say this with my chest: you need to move on. You need to heal. You need to move forward. And also, I think there's some inner healing that has to be done here too, babe, because you're with a guy and he was okay, you know, but you were thinking about your ex, and you weren't really investing 100% into him because you were thinking about your ex. And then, you know, because you wanted this guy so bad, girl, I totally get it. The sexual chemistry is probably amazing. You ended up cheating on your boyfriend with this guy. You did make the right decision by leaving, and I will say that. I know that you probably do feel bad about it, but there is some inner healing, I feel, that has to be done, because I'm thinking that you may be a little bit codependent, and you may be a love addict, which is what I used to be as well. I used to be so emotionally codependent on men to give me validation. I used to be so emotionally emotionally codependent on relationships to give me satisfaction and to give me security and to make me feel whole. And it sounds like you may have the same exact thing that I used to and still a little bit do have, because it seems like you have to kind of be with somebody, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's bad, because that's what we all go through as women. What I am saying is that I feel like you do have to maybe be by yourself for a little bit, do a little bit of that inner work. That way you can heal from the things that are keeping you in that codependent, stagnant state, and you can actually raise your vibration and attract somebody who is completely in alignment with you and wants a relationship and wants to be with you and wants to work on things and wants to show you off and give you exactly what you are giving them. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I feel like, I'm not saying he is talking to another girl, I'm not saying he is not. At the end of the day, it's not important anyway. What's important is how you feel about the situation, and I don't feel like you should hold on and wait anymore. I really feel like this is just a time for you to focus on yourself, fix your codependency, heal a little bit, move forward, heal from this relationship and, well, situationship, right? And attract somebody that is good for you. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit difficult for you because, like you said, this is like one of your best friends and you are absolutely head over heels in love with him. And I totally understand that. I can relate. But the thing is that sometimes we have to let things go in order to attract better things into our life. There's this picture that I swear by when I was going through a really rough breakup. It's actually what got me out of it. And I'm going to go ahead and show it here. But essentially, it is a little girl with a small teddy bear behind her back, and she's standing in front of God. And God has like a huge teddy bear behind his back, right? And the little girl is like, but God, I love it. Like, she's talking about how she doesn't want to give up her little teddy bear. And then God has his hands out, but he has his hand behind his back with a huge teddy bear. And he says, just trust me, I have something better for you. And it just goes to show that when we give up that small thing in our life that seems like it's so big, right? God in the universe, whatever you believe in, has something so much better in store for you. But when we are staying with these people that aren't good for us, or people who aren't reciprocating our same energy, it's kind of like a door. Energy reciprocation, in my opinion, is like a door, okay? When you are with someone who's not reciprocating the same energy or not giving you what you are giving them, there's a huge rock in front of the door, right? Like a huge freaking, like, huge rock the size of a house, right? So that door stays stagnant and it stays shut because it can't possibly have enough force and drive to move the rock from opening it, right? But when we essentially take out the trash, like remove in our life what no longer is serving us, that rock disappears. It disintegrates into thin air, and then the door can open, and there's so many new possibilities that could come into it, and so many new opportunities and experiences. But until you let go of what no longer is serving you, that rock and that door are going to keep butting heads like that. I'm telling you, if you let this man go, somebody so amazing is going to come into your life, because you seem like a great girl. I mean, like you said, you're doing all these things for him, you're supporting him, but I feel like he's taking advantage of it, and the right guy is not going to take advantage of that at all, okay? So that is my advice for you, my love. I hope that this helps. My inbox is always open. I really hope that this gave you some type of hope or insight. And also, I'm going to leave a poll down below. You guys let her know as well what you think that she should do. Thank you so much for sending in your submission. I love you so much, and have a great day. Okay, this one says, hi Dakota, I love your videos. I admire you so much. I really hope you'll have some advice for me. Thank you so much. And yes, let's get into it. I'm a junior in high school. I've never had a boyfriend before because it's never been a priority. I haven't stumbled across the right person. But there's this one kid who I've known since kindergarten and have always been friends with, who I've gotten very close with too in the past year. He's been dating his girlfriend for about 3.5 years now, and she's a year ahead of us in school. Our friendship really took off when we started in a musical together. In these past few months, it forced us to become really close in order to improve our on-stage chemistry and such. Going into it, I was never worried about catching feelings because I'd known him practically my whole life, and I'd gotten very used to the idea of him being taken. But you already know what happened. I'd already been lying to myself about how I didn't like him, but now that I've come to terms with it, I could see myself falling for him more and more as time goes on. And the more I fall for him, the more my heart breaks. This is nothing I've ever experienced before. Today, a teacher that I don't even have class with pulled me aside to ask if I'm okay. I'm so sad all the time. Him and I are best friends, so he tells me how he isn't happy in his relationship. But he's always told me how he plans on staying with his girlfriend until she goes to college in the fall. A lot more goes into that story, but that's not my place to tell her business. The thing is, he always has been very careful not to cross a line, which I'm thankful for because I respect her so much. I never want to do anything that she wouldn't want me to do. However, he definitely knows I have some type of feelings for him, because one time we were talking on the phone late at night, which is a common occurrence. I started crying uncontrollably when he told me that he had to go to his girlfriend's house. To this day, I cannot believe I did that. I'm so glad that he's been so nice about it, but it's hard. He always alludes to the fact that we could be together after the breakup, but here's a dilemma. I'm not strong enough to wait this out for 3 months, plus however long it takes for him to get over her. But I don't want to get over him. I've never felt this for someone before, and I can't give it up. I'm the happiest when I'm with him. I don't want to be his rebound, though. I know I'm worth more. What should I do? I would have no problem being honest about it, because I feel like I'm going to tell him anything, but I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Or is it? Please help. Okay, oh my lord, girl. Okay, so let's just unpack a little bit of what we just read, shall we? So essentially, you and this guy have been friends forever. You've known him for a long time. You guys started in a musical together to kind of force you guys to like have that on-stage chemistry. I grew up in the theater realm as well, so I know very much so about that. And you'd been lying and denying to yourself for the longest time that you had feelings, but girl, one day you were just like, I love this boy. And you guys are great friends, you talk on the phone, etc. But he does have a girlfriend, and you are aware of that, and the girlfriend's also aware of you. And this guy is obviously aware of feelings for him if he's telling you you guys could be together after him and his girlfriend break up. But here's the thing, you're not willing to wait that long, rightfully so, very smart, and you're wondering what you should do. So let me just give you a little advice from somebody that had a lot of high school drama, a lot of high school breakups, a lot of men who would kind of do the same thing to me. They'd have girlfriends, but they would like me, but then they wouldn't want to be, you know, breaking up with a girlfriend, or they'd be like, oh, when I break up with her, but like, it was just like, that's just how guys are in high school. So let me just give you some advice. First of all, I don't want to be that person, but you are in high school and you have a whole entire life to live, right? When you leave high school, I'm telling you right now, when you're in high school, you think that you're going to know these people forever. You think you're going to be connected to these people forever. You think that you are going to continue this life that you're living in high school outside of it. When you leave high school, you are going to be lucky if you still talk to like 4 people that you've known in high school. Literally, I don't think I maybe talked to like 2 people that I went to high school with. Like, I'm not even over exaggerating. And this is gonna be like a huge thing in the past, so I'm telling you right now, don't worry about it, okay? Like, don't concentrate on it, don't worry about it, because you're gonna leave high school eventually. You're a junior, right? So you're about to go into your senior year, girl. You want to go in your senior year and have an absolute blast. You want to go out with your friends, hang out, have a good time, focus on yourself. You don't want to be focused on some dusty boy during your senior year that isn't even reciprocating the same energy and is telling you that you need to wait until his girlfriend goes off to college. Like, that is not something that you want to put yourself in. You don't want to do it to yourself, because essentially what he's doing is he's kind of keeping you on the back burner. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have feelings for you. He obviously does, because hello, he has a girlfriend and he's sitting there with you at night talking on the phone. I mean, guys are allowed to have friends that are girls, but there's a certain line that comes with having a girlfriend, and I don't think his girlfriend would like probably be happy or appreciate to know that you guys are like having these long conversations at night. Not saying you're doing anything wrong, because you're the one that's single. You could do what you want, right? But he has the girlfriend. So I'm saying, like, from a female's perspective, here's the thing. I'm not saying he's cheating, because he's not. You guys are just friends, right? What he will do with one girl is what he'll do with the next. There's a saying that says if he cheats with you, he'll cheat on you. I'm not saying that he's cheating here, but if you guys were to get together down the line, he could very well be doing the same thing to you, right? What he's doing to his girlfriend right now isn't completely right, because he's basically saying, like, I'm only staying with her until she leaves college. And at the same time, he's putting a lot of energy into you. You guys are having a lot of phone conversations. Obviously, you guys are, in a way, kind of flirting a little bit, right? Because you're both kind of admitting you have, like, feelings for each other. You're talking about the future. But you still are holding, like, respect for her, and I totally respect that. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong here, but he could essentially do this with you too. Like, what if you guys were to get together and another girl comes along, right? And he's like, but I like the girl that I'm with now, but let me go talk to her and, you know, feed her this, or tell her that maybe we'll be together one day. Like, he could do the same thing with you. You have to think about it. If he could do this with you while he has a girlfriend, he'll do the same thing to you. No questions asked. So I feel like, because boys, listen, boys mature so much, like, slower than girls, okay? And their emotional capacity is just not there yet, or their emotional intelligence. I mean, even in their freaking late 20s, it's not there. So I think right now that he's not thinking with his head. I think that right now he's just thinking of like the what if, right? And you don't want to be a what if, you want to be a for sure. And I don't think that it's right for you to have to wait at all when you could be investing your time and energy either into somebody else who's 100% about you, or you could be investing your energy into something that's going to benefit you in the future, like college or your grades or extracurricular activity. I'm not saying don't have relationships in high school. I'm just saying don't focus. Like if I could tell my younger Dakota self, my younger junior year Dakota self one thing, it would be to stop focusing on these boys. I focused on boys so much because I was so codependent, and I should have been focusing way more on my grades, way more on my extracurriculars, and just having fun. Like I'm telling you right now, senior year is like the best time of your life. You don't really have to worry that much because you've already put out your letters for your college basically already. You get to, you know, have fun like on senior trips and going to senior picnics and things like that, or just focusing on what life is going to be like when you graduate. I'm telling you, the world is your oyster when you graduate high school, and half the stuff that's going on right now is not going to be even a factor. Anything that happened to me in high school is not even a factor in my life right now unless I tell a story time about it. Like literally not even a factor, not even a thing. I'm telling you, this is going to be a thing of the past. So girl, focus on something better, because it'd be one thing if he like broke up with her, right? And then was like, hey, I need some time to heal, but when I do heal, I feel like, you know, maybe we can start talking. That's one thing. That's a sign of a man. But you basically gave yourself the answer already. You don't want to wait around, and then if he does break up with her 3 months from now, he's going to have to heal from her. You can't get out of a relationship and just go into a new one right away, and you're going to have to wait way longer than 3 months, girl, because he has to have time to get over her. If he goes out of that relationship, it goes directly with you. I'm telling you, what he's doing to this girl right now is exactly what he's going to do to you. And I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong, because you're not. You're single, and this is also like your friend at the same time, right? But no guy that's faithful talks to a friend that's a girl on the phone like this every single night. So I feel like he may have some infidelity issues. I also feel like he may have some like commitment issues too. I'm not saying that he's cheating. I'm just saying what he's doing is a little bit sus and a little bit sketch. So my advice to you, my love, is to let this go. I'm not saying don't be friends with him. You can, but you have to lay boundaries down. Tell him that you're not willing to wait anymore for him with this girl. And tell him that you'd appreciate it if you guys just kept a completely platonic relationship with no flirting, not a whole lot of like late night communication, just, you know, here and there, how are you, things like that. And then you'll always be here from him, but that you need to remove yourself from a situation because you're only hurting yourself in the end. And girl, you are, because like you just said, a teacher pulled you over the other day to ask you if you were okay. You are literally me when I was in high school, okay? I'm literally speaking to my past self right now. Listen to me, okay? If I can give you any advice, let this go. It is not worth your time. It is not worth your energy. I'm telling you, like 2 years from now, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I cannot believe, like, I was sad about this boy. So I'm telling you, just listen to me, because I know, okay? Like, I am literally speaking to my past self right now, and she's trying to give you advice. This is not worth your time. This is not worth your energy. You need to move forward, move on, and put your time and energy into something so much better. And girl, be happy, because you seem like literally you are a junior and you use the word allude. You are so smart. Like literally you are so intelligent. Like even like reading this email, you are, hold on, I need to just like look at it. You are so well spoken, like so well spoken, so articulate, so freaking smart. Girl, you starred in a musical. Like you obviously have hella talent. Like don't worry about this, girl. Worry about yourself and your priorities and your time, because your time is valuable, and time is the best investment. Time is our most valuable asset, and you don't get it back. And he is playing games with your time right now. And you don't want to be with somebody like that. You want somebody who, when they see you, they know they want to be with you, and they don't take advantage of that. They don't put you on the back burner. They don't feed you some excuse of like, well, I have to wait till she goes off to college and then I can break. Girl, do you know how many times I heard that? Do you know how many times, even just in general, like a couple years ago, men would say the same thing to me, like, oh yeah, you know, like you seem like a really cool girl, but I have a girlfriend, but I'm kind of thinking about breaking up with her, but like I have to stay because but no. Like no, you have to respect yourself more. You have to honor yourself more, and you have to love yourself more to know that this guy is just not for you. And girl, you're gonna find bigger and better, and this is just gonna be a thing of the past. So my advice to you is just let this go. Focus on you. Focus on healing, because obviously your heart is hurting right now, and I wish I could give you like the biggest virtual hug in the whole entire world, because you deserve it, because you're so smart, beautiful, intelligent, brilliant, and fantastic, and you deserve so much freaking better than this dusty boy, okay? So that is my advice to you. If you need anything, my inbox is always open. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your submission. And I hope you have the best rest of your junior year. And girl, you better live it up senior year and not be sad about any boys period. So my next message reads as follows. Hey Dakota, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Sid, and I wanted to ask you a question that I've been having that hopefully maybe you can make a video out of. My question is, or something I want advice on, is being single. Girl, you came to the right place, because me. Like, talking about being single. Why our society has pressure on single women to be in a relationship. I currently don't have a boyfriend and don't plan on having one anytime soon. Amen. But at the same time, I miss being in a relationship when I see other couples, but the dating world is so messed up right now, girl. It is. I just want advice, or to talk about being single and making it it's okay to be single and not a taboo thing, if that makes sense. First of all, thank you so much for sending in your submission. This is something that I could literally go on for hours, so I'm going to try to make it short and simple. Y'all know I'm long-winded and I could talk my ass off. I feel like we are literally in a society that pressures us to think that if we are not married, settled down, have a spouse, have kids, have the white picket fence by like 22 years old, that like that's it, there's no more hope for you, you're a lost cause, it's not going to happen, and you're deemed as unsuccessful. My problem with that is, when did it become okay to embed success within who our marital spouse is? When did it become okay to embed success in material things like houses, cars, children, and things like that? Why is it not enough just to be happy? Like, if you're happy, isn't that being successful? If you're happy, isn't that success right there? When did it become okay to bury our identity in other people? Like, this is why we have a world right now that is so obsessed with seeking a validation from outside sources, outside things, and more importantly, outside people, because that is literally how we are conditioned. We're told we need to graduate school, go to a four-year college, get ourselves in debt, get a job, get a car, make a car payment on it, put ourselves in debt that way, marry somebody, have kids, have a dog, have a yard, X, Y, and Z. And there's so many people that are unhappy on doing so. That's why in America the divorce rate is 50%, because people don't find themselves in their season of singleness, okay? Pastor Mike Todd talks about this constantly. If you guys don't know who he is, I'll link a few videos down below. When I was going into my spiritual journey, I really started to watch him and just really meditate and marinate in his word. And basically, essentially, in a nutshell, what he says is that there's so many people right now that are seeking identity within a partner because they never took the time to seek their identity within themselves. When you are single, that is like such an amazing thing. It doesn't matter what age you are, if you're in your mid-20s, if you're in high school, if you're in middle school, if you're in your 40s, or even 50s, girl, like hello. Being single is that time that you don't get back, okay? You have the rest of your life to be married, rest of your life to be in a relationship, rest of your life to embed your identity in somebody else or whatever else. But being single and truly having time to yourself to figure out what it is that you like, what you don't like, what you want, etc., is so precious and so delicate, and you should cherish that. And that's why I'm so happy you brought this up, because I feel like it's not talked about more. And I'm the same way. Like, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not looking for one either. And I'm okay with that, you know? Like, why is it when we go to these family parties, people want to be like, oh, you're still single? Or like, oh, no boyfriend. Why is my worth not enough being just me, being happy, being like exuding happiness and glowing? Like, isn't that successful? Why does success have to be determined on if I have a guy on my arms or not? Like, that is something that I feel like is so outdated and needs to be put into the past. I feel like it's because like our grandparents grew up and they got married so early and settled down. But like, look at our grandparents. They weren't freaking happy either, because they were building a foundation and a kingdom built off of false ideals and a false image. And I feel like with the world that we're in now, they're trying to carry that over. Like, there's always that meme that's like, why do you guys think relationships don't last like our grandparents did anymore? I don't know about you, but I don't think our grandparents were happy being housewives, always having to have a hot meal on the table, never having $1 to our name or for ourselves. Like, I don't think that our grandmas were happy doing that. I mean, I'm sure there's some. I'm not saying everybody. Whenever I talk about these things, I'm not generalizing or painting everybody with the same brush, so don't come at me. But I don't think that was true happiness. I think that's why, like, you know, feminism and woman empowerment is such a thing right now, because it wasn't a thing in the past. And I think that's why so many women were in dead-end marriages. And like back in the day, like even my mom said, like, my mom was pregnant with my brother, I think at like 24 or 25, and she said that like getting married was the thing to do. If you were having a kid out of wedlock, you were looked at as like the Antichrist. And I think it's just so absurd to think that, you know, a woman or even a man is unsuccessful or successful only based off of if they're with somebody or not. And I think that being single needs to be more normalized, because when you're in your season of singleness, you just learn things that you don't learn when you're in a relationship. And then when you learn those things when you're single, like there's so many people that I will ask, I'll be like, so what do you like to do? Have you ever gotten that question? It's like the first day of college where the teacher's like, okay, we're gonna go around and everybody say their name, say what year they're in, say where they live, and name one thing about yourself that you like to do. I feel like when I even this day like ask somebody that, they're like, well shit, what do I like? Like for example, if you ask me what I like to do, well, I love astrology, I love YouTube, I love video editing, I love creating, I love dancing, I love singing, I love going, you know, for nature walks or going hiking or spending time with my family. What really, you know, lights up my passion is being able to help people. Like I know who I am and I'm so embedded into that. But if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have been like, I like going to the bathroom and not having a toddler screaming at the door for me to open it and give her a popsicle. Like, because I lost my identity so much in motherhood, but I also lost my identity so much in relationships. And when I finally got out of toxic relationships and took that year to be celibate and to if you guys don't know that, I actually got an email asking me about that, but I'm going to save that for my next Ask Dakota. But I was celibate for a whole entire year after my relationship with Damien. Right? Yeah, Damien. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a story time of how my ex tried to kidnap me. After him, I realized that I was just attracting these low level vibrational men and that I needed to do some inner healing and inner work in order to raise my vibration, fix my alignment with myself and my life, and become in alignment with who I am and figure out like who is Dakota outside of relationships and outside of men, outside of, you know, validation. You know, I was so codependent and I seeked validation from people when I should have been seeking that from my damn self, because girl, you come in this world alone, you're leaving alone. You need to like yourself. A lot of y'all don't like yourselves, okay? Like forget loving yourselves. Do you like yourself? Like can you spend more than 10 minutes alone with yourself? Because there's nothing more than I love than sitting in my bed for 2 hours being alone watching true crime videos, okay? Like I love spending time with myself. I will choose to stay in sometimes and be alone because I just want to be with myself. Like, you know, sometimes it's a little bit unhealthy, but some of you don't even like yourselves enough to be alone. So that needs to be fixed. That's something that needs to be addressed. When I had that year of celibacy where I completely was like, this is the Dakota year. This is the year I'm going to focus on me. My life transformed so freaking much. Okay. Like you need to do that groundwork. And I feel like it needs to be normalized to do that groundwork, because then we wouldn't have these marriages that are so obsessed and primarily focused on finding their identity with their partner. It's like you're mad because your partner doesn't know you, but girl, you don't even know you. Like you're mad because your partner can't validate you, but you can't even validate yourself. And I feel like that's something that is so key in your season of singleness, is finding that void and filling it with healthy coping mechanisms and fixing our codependency, fixing, you know, being a love addict, because I used to be addicted to love and we all have addictions, right? But there needs to be a healthy balance in between. And being single, I feel like is something that is a blessing. Like so many people want to look at it as like, oh, I'm alone. But it's like, yes, you're alone. And you could go to Olive Garden alone. You can go to the movies alone. You can go on walks alone. Like start doing things alone, because you're going to enjoy it so freaking much. And then when you meet somebody who's better than your solitude, best relationship ever. You know what I mean? So I'm so happy that you sent me in this question. I feel like it's so good, especially that you said to me, because you kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, like she gets it, that you don't have a boyfriend and you're not looking for one either, and that you're just happy by yourself. And it's like, can we talk about this more? Like, isn't this okay? I'm 27 years old. I'm gonna be 28 in February, and I don't have a boyfriend. I don't plan on it. I mean, if a guy comes in and he, you know, is in alignment with what I want and my core values, then great. But if not, I'm okay by myself. And that's the thing, is that so many people don't know what their core values are and their standards and what they want in life. And then they meet somebody and they fall for them without getting to know their core values and standards. And they have kids together, and then it's like completely out of alignment and complete misalignment of how they want to raise them, what they want to do with them, what their parenting style is. And it's just a whole hot mess. And it's like you didn't take that time to know it for yourself, so, or your partner, because you don't even know what your parenting style is, or if you're an anxious attached style, or if you're a secure style, you know what I mean? There's so many things that we don't know about ourselves that we expect other people to know, and then we don't know those things about them, and then we get in relationships with them. It's like we need to get to know people based off of more than if you like tacos and pizza, like, you know what I'm saying? And like dogs, like, can we please just get to know people for who they actually are? Like, what are your childhood traumas, and are you doing any work on them right now? That way you are not going to bleed on me considering I didn't cut you. Or like, are you ready for a committed relationship? Why do you feel like your past relationships didn't work? Because if you meet those guys that are like, oh, my ex is crazy, it's like, okay, but what'd you do to make her crazy? Because she probably was normal at one point. You know what I mean? Like, asking those important questions I think is so important, but we also have to ask ourselves those important questions too. Thank you so much for sending this in, because as you can see, I can go on a tangent for freaking days. I love talking about this. I love talking about self-improvement, self-development, being single, and just thriving. And I actually have a video on how to be happy single. I really encourage you guys to go check that out, because I dropped some gems in that video, and I could make an updated one as well because that was like 2 years ago, but everything rings true still. So girl, thank you so freaking much for sending in your submission, because this actually made me very happy. And as you can tell, it's something I'm very passionate about. Like, one day, like, my dream is to literally like be on a panel, like just be like on a stage and just like talking to a group of people about how to find yourself when you're younger. That way you can thrive when you're older, or like just empowerment within yourself. So thank you so much for your freaking submission. You just fired up a lot of passion in me, and I'm so excited, and I just think I needed this like reset. So thank you so much for your submission for Ask Dakota. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope that this kind of also helped you out a little bit too, to make this like not so taboo either. Okay guys, that is it for today's Ask Dakota. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for sending me in your submissions. If you would like to be featured in the next Ask Dakota, go ahead and copy this email right here. Send me in anything that you want advice on to be featured in the next video. Before you go, don't forget to add me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. All of that will be over here, and it's always in the description box for your convenience. We get lit on my Instagram. We go live. I interact with you guys. I ask you for video ideas, so you definitely want to add me on Instagram and not miss out on any of the important updates. Also, I do have a podcast called The Millennial Empath. We're live on Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, any streaming device at all in the world. You do not need to have an app either. You could just click on the link in my bio, or the link that is down below in the description is called Millennial Empath, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would check it out and you would rate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so you can see more of my face every single week. I upload every single Thursday and Sunday. Post notifications shout out goes to Alexia Munez. She said, I'm so happy to see your channel grow this fast. I'm happy I'm here for the beginning. This is going to be so great to see you start from here and then see you hit 1 million and so forth. Girl, thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate how you are my OG subscriber. My OGs, I know exactly every single one of you. Y'all have been here from the beginning, from 100 subscribers to now almost 10,000 subscribers in the short 4 months of my career here on YouTube. Like, fucking blows my mind, I swear to God. I love you guys so freaking much, and girl, I love you. Thank you for the support and the love. I could not do any of this without each and every one of you, so thank you. Love you all so freaking much. Make sure you have my post notifications on so you see when I turn up on Sunday for our story time. And also, if you want to try Memorable Out, don't forget to use the code Dakota15, and also I will put the link to the vitamins right in my description box, so you can just go ahead and click on there. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.